And just like that, it happened. I can't wait to share this good news with you guys. Stick around. Welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics and another edition of Back in the Fish Room. Before we even begin, I would really appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up. It does mean a lot to me and does help get this video out there to others. Remember to share it, consider subscribing, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And I would like to give a real big shout out to three guys that were just amazing to be on a live stream with, that being Jeff Pelham from Pelham's Aquatics, David Elfish, and Ron from Garage Aquatics. I was recently on the show with these guys. They were just great, a wealth of knowledge, and really got me turned on to Kribensis and back into breeding, other than just shabunkins and barbs. As you know, I have a bit of a hang up with those fish, but they got me going back to cichlids. I have to admit, my knowledge on cichlids is nowhere near what it is on barbs and, of course, goldfish and koi. I am still learning, but what I want to do is share with you, the journey so far. If anyone watched my tour of all my fish rooms and my ponds inside, I made a reference to Kribensis being mouth brooders. Basically, because they were exhibiting behaviors of mouth brooders, I called them that, and I was wrong. They do pick up fry and move them, but they're not a true mouth brooder like you would see, like a tilapia who's raising the eggs in their mouths, keeping them well oxygenated, and then caring for the fry once they're older. So, like I said, I'm not an expert on it at all. I have been in the hobby for over 50 years, but I'm still learning, and I will be the first to admit when I was wrong. But let's get back to the subject at hand. Kribensis. I absolutely love them. I found I picked up three. They're beautiful, and they had fry. I thought I had enough cover for the fry to survive, but I was wrong yet again, and they got eaten. So I did up the tank in behind me here, and let's go on from there. I converted this 55-gallon long into basically a Kribensis only tank. There are a couple of other fish in it. There are 3 pairs of Kribensis, or what I hope to be 3 pair. Lots of rock cover, lots of driftwood, and water lettuce up top to keep them, nice and calm. As calm as Kribensis can be, right? We see how active they can be, and especially when they're guarding their territory or eggs. Speaking of eggs, of all places, this dominant pair decided to put their eggs right up front, right underneath that little piece of driftwood. I didn't know if that was going to be very well protected, but certainly a good vantage point for me to see them. And they turned out to be great parents. Not a fish, not even a bristlenose is getting close to those eggs in there. They were super vigilant. Nothing came close. I was crossing my fingers, hoping that this would be a viable batch of eggs. But I was pretty confident. And before I knew it, yep, there they are. Little wigglers. Really hard to spot in the sand. And this is day 1. And I want to take you through the journey of the first week of these baby cribs. And I'm going to be doing regular updates as things progress. I've decided at this point right now to leave them in the tank and not siphon them out and put them into a breeder box, but I have one on standby just in case. But see how well these guys just fit in with that natural white sand? Really hard to see. And it's probably much easier for the parents to look after at that point. And now I'm glad they did breed close to the front, so I did have a good vantage point. I was told that kribensis are fast-growing fish, and I'm really enjoying watching these guys move around. I was surprised how quickly they start swimming as compared to wild barbs and goldfish, who basically are stuck to an object for a good 7 days. This is day two since I've spotted them, and what a change already. Um, they're swimming, and they're starting to actually get a little bit of color. But I was amazed at what a great job both mom and dad did looking after these guys. Um, the color on these new Kribensis has really enhanced since they bred. They are such dominant fish in this aquarium. I just can't say how happy I am to have these guys and how much I'm learning on a daily basis. Man, these are colorful. Maybe not as colorful as the other Kribensis I have in the other tank, but I just didn't want to disturb those. And hopefully, in time, the other tank with Kribensis in, um, well, I'll get enough cover that they'll be able to stay in there, or I'll end up moving the barbs out. Yeah, you heard it here. I may move some barbs out. Not that I'm going to get rid of barbs. That could be more tanks, but that's another subject for later on and when my wife's not around. But man, these little guys are very active, and decided to start feeding them. I wanted to make sure there was plenty of food in the aquarium, and just so mom and dad didn't get tempted to eat them because I think this is their first batch together, obviously, because I bought 6 of them at a time. Uh, the mom is constantly swimming off to ensure that no one else is around. And like I said, she is just super vigilant and dominant. You'll see a reflection of some shabumpkins on the other side, but any other kribensis and even the bristlenose were pushed out of the area where the fry were. This was another reason I didn't want to move the fry into a breeder box, simply because the parents were doing such a great job. And I know I'm taking a risk, but it's all about the learning experience for me and well for them as well. Plus, I was kind of worried that if I put them in a brood box, that the parents would turn on what's left. I decided that I was going to start feeding them, and I'm going to start feeding them with 100% krill. It's a powder. Um, it's really small, and from what I could see, both the parents and the fry were eating this. And this is on the third day after I saw them swimming around. And as you can see, the parents are still guarding them, but thinking that the fish food was something attacking them at first. But uh, they started eating it, and you can see the fry moving around towards the feed itself, which was a really good sign. Everyone was doing well, and what a change in the size of the fry compared to the first couple days. It's nice to see them moving uh, and feeding. My intent is to get them the krill and then some frozen cyclops that is about the same size, and they're both super high in protein. Look at these little guys and the proud paw right there. You can tell the male simply because of the shape of the finnage, and then the female who is underneath is actually well, they're much nicer looking fish, which is rare when it comes to tropical fish. But the female's finnage is a little bit rounder. Right now, you can see them. I'm feeding them now. Some of the cyclops, and everyone is actively eating it. I was actually worried because of the bit of a feeding frenzy going on that the parents would forget about the fry. The zebra Daniels, there's only 2 of them in the tank. They're buzzing around. And this is a non-dominant pair that's swimming around now. In fact, they're getting a little more brazen with the food coming in. So, again, I was really getting nervous. This is another female out of the 3 females. And, well, she was getting a little bit close, which I was getting a little bit more nervous. I don't know who was more nervous, the parents here or me. But this is on about day 4 or 5 of the fry. And you can see how much more movement they're doing and how much more the parents actually have to work to keep them together. And they're swimming off constantly. Both the male and the female are really active in protecting their fry. But I noted a lesser dominant female hanging around the area, and well, it kind of got me a little bit worried because the male was going off to not chase it away, but basically corral it. And from what I've learned, is they generally pair off usually for life. So I didn't know if this guy was stepping out or just checking out the other female, because normally he had chased everyone away. This is the next day and another feed. Um, I'm just still experimenting with the amount of feed and feed ratio when it comes to these guys. I'm so used to dealing with the barbs and shabumpkins. But did you guys see the really non-dominant male up there lurking? And now there's 2 females in the area and a lesser dominant male. Now they're showing that they're pairing off and they're getting ready to spawn. And they're doing the whole ritual dance, and she's doing the shake. So, thinking I could have another clutch going real soon. This could be interesting. If these guys spawn, I may try to get those fry up and put those in the breeder box, just to see what happens. This is all so new to me, and I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. I still have big hopes for these cribs in this tank. And as you can see, this is filling in nicely with plants, and there's a great cave for them to spawn in. And as time goes on, and I mentioned before, I think I'm probably going to end up moving the gold barbs, maybe in with some Odessas, and end up maybe moving the Denison, even after I just got them. Thinking about possibly putting them in this tank, as they'll all be the same type of species and from the same area. We'll see. Now let's get back to the topic at hand, being Kribensis. It's sidetracked when it comes to barbs so easily. I think you understand why. I also wanted to talk about when someone let me know that I was wrong. They put it out in a way that I did not take any offense to it. I learned from it. It made me to go research more. So, yeah, don't think just because someone gives you a comment saying, hey, you're wrong, go double check. In this case, I was wrong, and I have no problems with that. And I have no problems admitting it if I was wrong. Speaking of getting advice, again, I was on that live. Those 3 guys are great. Please go check them out. I will give you the links to their channel in this video, so make sure you check them out. Go give them a visit, give them a subscribe. I'll appreciate it. I've never sent you to a channel before that I didn't believe in, and I believe in these guys. Like all the other ones I've sent you to before. I've never sent you to a spot that I didn't believe in before. And I'll continue to send you to some great channels. So make sure you always watch and listen for that, because you never know, your channel may be coming up next. As far as this, like I said, I'll keep the updates coming. I really appreciate those who have made it this far. It means a lot to me. Remember to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help, believe it or not. Well, thanks again, everyone. Remember to keep on keeping on. Bye for now. We'll see you real soon. Oh, yeah, I'm loving this.